Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's Travels with Tony here, and today we're talking about the 2024 Summer Olympic Games in Paris, France. They're coming up in July for about 3 weeks between mid to late July and early August. It's the third time Paris gets to host the Summer Games. The first time was in 1900, which was the second Olympiad. The second time was 1924, and that Olympiad was made famous by the movie Chariots of Fire, which you may all recall. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a little giveaway. So what I'm wearing right now is official USA Track and Field gear. This is the heavy long sleeve sweater, high collar, love it, wear it all the time. And I got a full set of this when I competed for the US in the World Masters Athletic Competition some years ago in high jump. And I have some parts of that set that I've never wore. So the giveaway today is for the person who can tell me first which Olympiad this was from, this gear, this Nike blue with the flag, this color scheme. You're going to win the USA track suit, waterproof with the hood, zipper, full flag. There you can see the front, and the rain pants that go along with it. It's a men's size medium, just so you know. And the first person in the comments below to tell me which Summer Olympics this was the gear for, you get that jacket and pants. So stick around, watch the video, keep an eye on the comments below to see who figures it out first and wins the gear. And let's get right into the Summer Games and figure out everything that's going on. This is going to be a comprehensive guide, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, so let's get into the details. The Paris Summer Olympic Games will be taking place between July 26th until August 11th of this year. The Paralympic Games will take place a few weeks later from August 28th until September 6th. The website for the Olympic Games is paris2024.org. They have the countdown going, 135 days to go until the Games and 168 until the Paralympic Games. They've done some really great artwork for the Games. The artist's name is Ugo Catoni, and he's made some incredible posters, and they've been on sale for about a week now, so starting on March 5th. And if you look at this site here with the iconic posters, the page, and then if you go down to on sale, you can see that these are now available in the Games shop online. All right, and if you click on that and drill down, you can see shop now, and then these posters are available for 29 euros, so about $32. So check out the site. The posters are really cool. You can click on them to get a zoom and look at a little bit more of the details. You see here the 33rd Olympiad. That's really neat. And you know, the way the whole city wrapped around the Eiffel Tower. Very, very cool artwork. So definitely check that out as well. Okay, time to talk about venues. France is a large country, and the events will be spread out around the entire country with one surprise later on. If you're on the main homepage, scroll down just a little bit and you'll see some of the more common searches, and one of them is the venue map. And when you click on that, you get an answer that gives you the Paris 2024 competition venue concept map. And that page shows you that there are three main areas. You have Paris, kind of the metro area. You have the Île-de-France area right in the center of Paris. And then you have different competition venues throughout France. If you click on Paris, you can see how the Seine winds its way through. The three main landmarks for most people in Paris, or I should say four: Notre Dame, Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, and the Arc de Triomphe. The Notre Dame Cathedral, interestingly, is almost finished being rebuilt after the big fire 5 years ago. I know France had hoped to have it done for the Olympics, but it's been delayed just a little bit, and the official opening day seems to be the 4th of December of this year. So go by, it's almost finished, and from the outside I'm sure it'll be wonderful to look at. And here you can just basically see different arenas, the Grand Palais, the Trocadero, the Eiffel Tower Stadium, Roland Garros, where they have the French Open. Of course, we'll be hosting the tennis tournament of the Olympics. And if we go back up, you can see the Ile-de-France region, and that is just outside of Paris with some of the other arenas and the climbing. And whenever you click on one of these, it'll open up this side panel, and you'll be able to see more information about sport climbing. Climbing's in the Olympics for the second time, and you can always click on more. Back up here, we'll close that down, and then we can look at venues throughout France. Now, this is fascinating for me. It's really interesting, all the stadiums. That, of course, represents soccer or football. The Marseille Marina is where the sailing is going to be. And then there's this really interesting little piece on the map over here. And no, this is not Galicia in the northwest of Spain. This is Tahiti, and they're superimposing a map of we zoom in a little bit, a globe here. And it's Teahupo, which is Tahiti, and the surfing competition will be held there. So Tahiti is working with France on this. So all of the surfing will be held out there. Again, just click on the little mark there. It gives you all the information about the surfing. Again, second appearance at the games following Tokyo 3 years ago. And I think it's really great. I know France has excellent surf in the southwest of the country, but maybe not at the time of the year when the Summer Olympics are going on. So that's probably the reason for that. Anyway, the competition venue concept page is your home to find everything you need to know about where the different venues are, and that's going to be important when we get into ticketing in a little bit here, so that you understand when you're buying tickets exactly where that event is being held. You may not have everything in Paris that you're looking to go see, so make sure you understand how to get around by train, rental car, whatever you choose. The high-speed rail in France is great. So we'll get into the ticketing next, and you can see exactly what I mean. So let's talk about ticketing a little bit. From the main homepage of the paris2024.org site, up here in the top right, you will see ticketing. If we click on that, it'll take you to the official ticketing website. And for the Olympic Games, Paralympic Games, find tickets, and that'll take you over to the official ticketing website. Now, important to note, a lot of events are already sold out, and there was a lottery for the first 100,000 tickets of the opening ceremonies. But there will be more tickets for the opening ceremonies coming on sale later, and they are opening up different tickets at different times, so to avoid huge rush on things. So several sports are back on sale, as you can see with the update from today. And your search engine here basically says select a city, select an event. But let's start simple. Let's just start with athletics, which for us Americans basically is track and field, and hit save. And let's see what the range is. Now, hospitality package, not interested as much with that right now, but Saint-Denis, Stade de France, starting at $200. So men and women's round one qualifications, scheduled events. And if you read more, you'll find out, but women's 100 meters and so on. Let's see what's in there. There we go. Women's 100 meters, men's 1500, women's high jump, decathlon, and so on. So a lot of good stuff. $200 at a minimum there. Then there's also the same day. Okay, this is the morning session from 10 to 1. This is the evening session from 5:40 to 10. And different sports will be there. So women's 5,000, women's 800, 4x4, mixed relay, triple jump, and so on. And the decathlon, being the event it is going to continue throughout the entire day. That's just the way they roll. So yeah, I mean, athletics is expensive. But let's say we wanted to look at football. or soccer select event. And I mean, you see some showing up there, but a lot of different options open, and this is where it gets very reasonable. So men's group stage, Group B, Wednesday the 24th of July in Saint-Étienne, so not in Paris. Very important that you look here and see this is Saint-Étienne. This is in Nantes. This is in Nice. And you see the prices, again, quite reasonable, 24, 30, 24. So a lot of good options here. Lyon, Bordeaux. So, be aware, Marseille. So I think a lot of the opening rounds, it seems, are going to be outside of Paris. I still haven't seen a single one yet that's in Paris. D2 versus D4 group stage guarantee tickets on the hospitality. So group stage is in Paris here. So yeah, just have to look around, find what you want. You can always go back here and then say you do want to choose Paris for that, and then you will see only stuff in Paris. But if you're open to travel around the city, then by all means look here just under football and see what's available. So I think it's going to be really exciting for people to go around the country and see different cities as part of the Olympic experience. Very different landscapes. You can go down to Bordeaux in the wine country, go down to Nice along the Côte d'Azur. You can go up to Lille, which is kind of a blue collar city on the English Channel. So lots of different things to choose from there. Lyon is fantastic. I was there recently. Great food city. Most of France is great for food, but yeah. So this is the ticketing website. And I guess the next thing that's important is to talk about how to get around. So let's start looking at that. Well, as we know, Paris has an incredible metro system. It's one of the oldest systems in the world, and it's just got dozens of lines, and they crisscross the city and really have fantastic coverage. I'm going to have the links below for this Grand Paris Metro map with all of the Olympic game venues highlighted. It's so detailed that you really can't do much with it on the website. But if you go down here, you can download a full screen high-res PDF. And I've done that here. And now you can see the whole city, and like this is the center area, this is the Seine. But you can't really make out too much. So let's zoom in a little bit. Let's get into the center, and now that's as far as we can zoom, but you can actually start to read things now. So important things to know: the Eiffel Tower is down here. There are ring routes in Paris. There are also in other cities around Europe. That's subways that go in a circle and act as a way to connect people between some of the lines that go out radially to the suburbs. And one of those is this blue-green circle that goes around the entire city and has a stop right by the Eiffel Tower. I think down here we see the Roland Garros Stadium for tennis that we talked about earlier. That's on the number 10 line, and that comes from Châtelet or just close to it here. So again, this is a fantastic map to download. Maybe if you got a tablet with you, it's going to be a little difficult on the phone, but if you have a tablet, I'm sure it would be great to have along. Up here in the north, the Stade de France, the main stadium, where the track and field is going to be, the aquatic center for all the swimming and diving, and the Olympic Village is actually going to be up here. So good to get a sense. These are a lot more accessible because there are multiple lines that come up here. So you've got your H, D, B, and K going up there. Even the 14 will get you close enough. So yeah, I would definitely check the link below. Look at this, Paris-Bercy, the big arena down here. the South Paris arena, and be aware, some stations with these red X's are going to be closed during that time to prevent overcrowding. So be very aware. You may think you want to get off at a certain station, you may not be able to. So plan ahead to make sure that you have an alternate station that you can go to. So you see that these are going to be closed. Maybe you can get off here and walk those 4 or 5 blocks. Or down here you also see that this area you're not going to be able to get to, so you're going to get off one sooner. So yeah, a really fantastic map. Everything's highlighted, and I think that's a really good starting point for finding out your venues and how to get to them. So one more thing to touch on as far as the metro goes, Navigo, we talked about it in the introduction, is the website for the weekly travel passes or monthly travel passes, depending on how long you're going to be in France. And you can buy them here starting at €26, so $29 per week. It's basically a card, and you just scan it on the subway system, and basically you can use that pretty much at any time. The prices will be higher. All zones here, $30.75, so about $33. And basically what we heard earlier is going to be a little bit more expensive during the Olympics. So another great site to have in your bookmarks. I'll put the link down below on this one as well. So that takes care of passes for the metro. Do not get stuck trying to buy individual tickets. It's absolutely worth it to just get this card and avoid long lines at the metro station ticket machines. All right, for train travel around France, let's take a look at some of the more important sites. Right here we have the SNCF, which is the main train company in France. It used to be that all the countries around Europe had just one nationalized train company, but that has changed dramatically in the last few years. France now has SNCF, and they also have a subsidiary that's in partnership with another company called Ouigo, and they're in direct competition, which is great for consumers. Spain has something similar. I did a video once, you can see the link up here, about Irio and Ouigo in Spain competing with Renfe. So in France, it's SNCF as the main site and Ouigo as the competing. So both of these links will be below. I think it's really important that you see where these lower cost bullet trains run, and really important, we're talking about bullet trains here. We're talking about trains that do 200 miles an hour between cities. You will not find a faster way to get around France, not by airplane. Almost every major city is connected by high-speed rails, and when you consider time to get out to Orly or Charles de Gaulle, an hour to get out there, an hour ahead of time to be there, because Charles de Gaulle especially is huge. Lots and lots of terminals, and then flying and then getting from the airport back into the city. There's just no competition when it comes to how good these bullet trains are. So here we have the official map of Ouigo TGV in France, and shows all the cities that they connect to, from Strasbourg and Lille, Rennes and Nantes in the west, Bordeaux in the southwest, Toulouse, Montpellier, Nîmes, Marseille, again very important for the sailing and some of the football. Lyon, of course, this was the original route, Paris to Lyon. So these are all covered by Ouigo, and there are more trains covered by SNCF. So that should summarize the opportunities by train. Again, SNCF and SNCF here and Ouigo here are your best bets for getting around all of France. Okay, last thing to touch on is how to get to Paris, how to get to France. Open your mind to the possibility of flying into some other place. You can imagine that tickets going in and out of Paris are going to be super expensive. So let's look here at the list of international airports in France as a starting point. Paris, of course, has multiple. It has Charles de Gaulle, it has Orly, and it has Paris-Beauvais, and then Lille. So if you're only going to do basketball in the north, Lille is an option. And if you're going into the north, you can even fly into Brussels or Amsterdam and take a train down in a very short time. Strasbourg on the Rhine, and the east, the border with Germany is there. Lyon, big airport. Nice in the south, of course. Ajaccio probably won't matter. It's on Corsica. There's some of these small ones. Toulon, Marseille, Montpellier and Toulouse. Biarritz in the southwest. So there are a lot of international airports, and you should really check all of them for flights when you're looking to get to France. Now, if we're going to look at the map, just to give you an idea, what we have, of course, we have Paris with the 3 airports, but Lyon is down here, Marseille is down here. You can even, if you're just going to go to the south, to Barcelona or Toulouse for some of the events, flying into Barcelona is not a bad idea, especially now that France and Spain have synced up their bullet train connections. Milan and Torino are very close to the border here. Geneva is probably only 45 minutes by train now from Lyon. And as we just mentioned, Brussels and Amsterdam are connected by bullet train. Luxembourg in here with Icelandic Air coming in, Frankfurt, Cologne. These are all cities that are quite close to the French border. Zurich, also in Basel, not that far. So really open your mind. There are at least 20 airports that you can fly into from the States for the Olympic Games. So look around, find the best bargains if you can. And if money is a little less of an object, but you're still not wanting to pay full fare, first class and stuff. I came across this company, and no, I'm not sponsored or anything. I have yet to even try it, but I want to. It's a full business class plane. That means every single seat is lie flat. So 100% smart business class, full flat seats, gourmet cuisine, free and unlimited high-speed Wi-Fi in flight, $2,400 round trip. All right, so I put in some dates, and what we have here is Newark to Paris Orly from the 1st to the 8th of August. It's $2,254 round trip, and you see the schedule here. July 30th is only $1,500. Now let's see, is this the one-way? Yeah, I think this is the one-way business. So we're still talking about $3,000 during the Olympics. So smart. Let's choose that one. Continue, and then coming back, you can look around. Yeah, you're going to see that it's going to be a lot more during the Olympics, but I guess it's to be expected. But hey, this is full business class for about $3,500 round trip. Definitely worth looking into if you're not on as much of a budget. So that's La Compagnie, and the link will be down below in the description. So make sure you check that out. It's definitely worth investigating. Well, that is one of the longest videos I've ever made, almost 25 minutes. And when you're talking about the Paris Summer Olympics that's going to be happening this summer, I think you need to dive deep into everything around it, ticketing, venues, how to get there, how to get around there. I hope this video has been really informative, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.